Right, so Taurus, let's get into your reading and see what does the month of November 2024 have in store for you. We're starting off with an oracle deck, which is called the Word of the Year Oracle. So basically we take a card from each of the colors, and when the two cards are put together, it gives you a really interesting phrase, which is going to be the theme that you're going to have to be working through and navigating during the month of November. So we're doing the first half of them. These are homemade, just printed onto cardboard, so shuffling can sometimes be a challenge. I have one, right, and let's do the green ones. Let's have a look and see the theme for November 2024 for Taurus. When I say Taurus, by the way, we are talking Taurus sun sign, we are talking Taurus rising sign, and we are also talking Taurus moon. So if you know what your sun, moon, and rising is, you can watch each of the videos. But if you're here, I hope that you have a Taurus sun, a Taurus rising, or a Taurus moon. If you don't know what those are, please do consult with an astrologer or Google's your friend. Right, I am happy, and we have a card each. Okay, so Taurus, let's have a look and see. This is the problem, because they are paper, I can't pick them up. Fearless is the first one for you. How fabulous is that? Let's see fearless what? Right, so fearless is going to live over there. And the green of fearless trust. Look at that, Taurus. Look at that. Fearless trust. Right, so fearless trust are going to stay over there. I'm going to chat about that in a second. I want to get started on the tarot deck, giving it a good shuffle, and I'm going to shuffle. This is the vintage Pam tarot that I'm going to shuffle while we talk about fearless trust. So interesting, Taurus, because we know that you guys are, if you trust somebody, you trust them implicitly, right? We also know that if you don't trust somebody, that you really don't trust them. Okay, so when we have this fearless trust, it's telling you that November you're going to find yourself in situations where you're not going to, you might not feel like you should trust. You might feel a little bit uncertain. You might have situations where you're not really sure what's going on and if it's safe for you to trust the situation or the circumstance. And this is coming through to say that your ability to trust fearlessly is definitely going to be challenged now during the month of November, but you mustn't lose your cool. Okay, so, and I know normally you want, if you're going to trust a person, and I'm just going to use a person as an example, if you're going to trust a person, they need to prove that they are worthy of trust, and if somebody breaks that trust, then that's it, it's gone, it's done, it's finished. So the fact that you've got fearless trust coming through in November, I definitely think Taurus is basically spirit saying that there might be situations where you don't feel as if you should or can trust a person, a circumstance, or whatever it is, and you're going to have to dig deep within yourself to find that that fearless trust. Okay, right, I'm just putting the droppers back in. Let's cut this tarot deck over there, and let's draw out the cards to see what does November look like. What does fearless trust look like? What is coming through? So the first card we have is the Three of Swords. We have the Justice card. We have the Chariot. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And we're finishing it off with the Two of Cups. So interesting, the first thing that I wanted to do was to see if there's anything predominant. And besides for the two major arcanas, there is nothing predominant. So this tells you that November is going to be a fairly easy month, right? There's not going to be too many big surprises, but we still have this theme of fearless trust that's coming through. We're starting the month off, though, Taurus, with a little bit of disappointment, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of pain and discomfort, a little bit of things not quite going according to your plan. But this is where fearless trust comes in, because this is spirit saying to you that during November things might not go according to your wishes, things might not go according to your strategy and your plan, and you've got to just trust that actually it's going to work out exactly as it needs to. I love that you've got the Justice card, because the Justice card is telling you that if you do the right things at the right time, in the right way, for the right reasons, you will have right outcomes. But at any point, if you do something different, something unusual, something that goes against the grain, if you break a rule at some point, there are going to be consequences. So And this is sometimes what happens, you know, sometimes in life, especially when things don't quite go according to plan, when we're not trusting fearlessly, we try to control, we try to mitigate, we try to handle situations, we try to alter situations to make for a better outcome. But in so doing, what we're actually doing is we're actually causing additional problems for ourselves. So the Justice card is telling you here, be careful of your actions, all right? When things, especially when things don't go according to plan in the month of November. So when things don't go according to plan, you need to trust your, well, you need to be careful of your actions, because your actions have consequences. Be careful of the words that you speak, be careful of the things that you do, so that you don't make the situation worse. The Chariot is interesting because the Chariot is basically saying to you, keep your eye on the prize. Don't lose sight of the direction you're going in. Don't lose sight of what it is that you're moving towards. Stay on track, okay? Because even if it is just a slight deviation, it's going to cause you major issues in the long run. So we want to make sure that we're staying on track. We want to make sure that we're following fearlessly, okay? Trusting the path that we're on, even if it looks like things aren't quite going to work out. Your hard work, your patience, your diligence, all of that is what is necessary. You know, sometimes especially when you get a key phrase like fearless trust, what sometimes that means, okay, oh, you know what, everything's going to work out, I don't have to do anything. Well, I'm sorry for you, Taurus, that is not the case at all, right? Because the situation here for you is that you have to put in the work. You have to stay diligent and focused. You have to be very mindful of your actions, because your actions have consequences, even when things don't go according to plan. And here we have a very interesting one. So the Two of Cups, here we have two people who are coming together as equals. You note that they are each carrying a cup which is exactly the same size, exactly the same shape, exactly the same everything. So even though they are so radically different in individuals, they are coming together for the same purpose, the same cause. They're coming together as equals. And could be where the fearless trust comes in for you, Taurus, because this is Spirit saying to you, whatever you're doing in November, it's not an isolated is not the right word, independent thing, okay? In other words, you are quite capable of doing things on your own, and you're probably very good at doing things on your own, but, and maybe you prefer working alone because we got trust issues, right? So fearless trust is basically saying, with that Two of Cups over there, this is Spirit saying to you that during the month of November, you are going to have to trust somebody else. You're going to have to let somebody else in to help you navigate whatever it is that's going on. So I'm just shuffling the other deck while I'm chatting. So let's go back to this Three of Swords, because Three of Swords, nobody wants to see that, right? Because Three of Swords is the card of heartbreak. It's the card of sadness. It's the card of disappointment. It's the card of things going wrong. And obviously nobody wants that. But you know what? I have to say, Taurus, that sometimes in life, we have to take the bad with the good. Sometimes in life we have to have negative experiences, sadness, and these type of things, to just bring about balance, to bring about a leveling of equilibrium. And maybe that's exactly what this is. Maybe that's exactly what is taking place for you here. So whatever is bringing you hardship, whatever is bringing you sadness, whatever is bringing you down, let's actually just call it that. Whatever is bringing you down in the month of November, understand that you have to trust fearlessly, okay? That you have to accept that this is the situation that you're dealing with. You have to mind what you say and what you do, mind your actions, stay focused, stay dedicated, keep working at it. Don't give up. I know there's a tendency to say, well, you know what, if things are failing so badly, I might as well not even try. I might as well not even put the effort. No, you have to. You have to keep going. But if somebody says to you, Taurus, can I help you? Taurus, what can I do to make it easier for you? If somebody offers any kind of advice, any kind of assistance, any kind of support, take it. Trust that person in this situation fearlessly, okay? Trust that person in this situation fearlessly. All right, so Taurus, here I'm shuffling an oracle deck. I don't even remember what this oracle deck is called. It was one that I purchased on Etsy, printed myself, cut myself, laminated myself, but basically it's made up of pieces of the tarot that bring through additional messages. So it follows the same, and that's why I chose to use these two decks together, because they work really, really well. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, they are quite well shuffled now, and let's lay out cards and get additional information on all of this that's going on. So the first one we have is loyalty. Right, I'm just trying to see where I can place them. We have protection. We have commitment. Yeah, it all makes so much sense. We have the wheel that keeps turning. And finally, we have got the roller coaster. All right, so Taurus, now we're going to look and just elaborate a little bit more on what we already have here. So we know we're talking about something that's not going according to plan, something that's going to bring a little bit of sadness, disappointment, a little bit of suffering, a little bit of pain into your life. We have the loyalty here. Now, this little dog comes from the Fool card, which is card 0 in the tarot. And he's almost like, you know, he's almost warning his person. He's warning his human, and he's trying to attract his human's attention. So almost imagine like he's jumping up against his leg and he's barking, because his loyalty is not to the circumstance or to the situation. His loyalty is to the individual. And I think this is what Spirit is saying. We've got fearless trust. Somebody, and this is what this is saying to me, somebody is going to let you down. Okay, during the month of November, there is an individual, there is a person that you are probably so loyal with, but they're going to let you down somehow, somewhere, somehow along the line. They are going to let you down. They are going to betray your trust. They are going to let you down, and it's going to be awful. Okay, I mean, let's just call it what it is. It's going to be awful. We have the Justice card, and here we have the Protection. Protection comes from a Major Arcana card. By the way, that one's also a Major Arcana card, and so is that one. And so is that one, actually. So we've got the 4 Major Arcana cards here. That one is not a Major Arcana card. All right, so we've got the Protection. So the Protection is saying to you, watch what you say, because we've got the Justice card, right? Watch what you say, watch what you do. But understand that you are still protected, that you still have your guardian angels, your spirit guides around you who are going to keep you safe. So it doesn't mean that you can speak freely, because we're being told that there are consequences to our actions. But I'm wondering also if we don't say that there are consequences to their actions. You are safe and you are protected, but the Justice card is saying that there is consequences to what this person has done to betray you during the month of November. Okay, we have the Chariot. As I said to you, the Chariot is the card of staying focused, staying committed to your end goal, and to keep moving towards your end goal. And you have to keep committed. You have to stay on that line. You cannot deviate. You cannot separate. You cannot disconnect. You have to stay committed to the cause, to the purpose, to the outcome of what it is that you're working towards. And you know, it's like once those keys are crossed, there's no uncrossing them. So it's that dedicated, focused attention that is necessary. We have the 8 of Pentacles, as I said to you, which is the card of dedicated hard work, perseverance, persistence, diligence. And here we've got that karmic wheel that says that wheel turns. And I think the message is for you is that no matter how difficult it is, no matter how hard it is, no matter how betrayed you feel, or how much trust has been lost in the situation, if you keep putting in the effort and putting in the work and doing everything that is necessary, that needs to be done, your situation will right itself. Your situation will improve itself. But if you stop putting the effort in, the wheel can't turn. The wheel cannot progress and cannot carry on. This person that's going to come through to offer support, to offer help, to offer some kind of assistance, you know, maybe this is where the fearless trust is coming from, because here we've got the roller coaster. What is a roller coaster? A roller coaster is the anticipation, it is the climax, and then it is the sudden fall. And it's the excitement and the nerves and the fear and all of those kind of emotions that come into it at once. You know, a roller coaster ride is 3 minutes, but the emotions that you go through in those 3 minutes are just mind-blowing. So we've got disappointment. We've got somebody that has betrayed our trust, that has hurt us in the month of November, but we now have somebody else. Now I'm wondering at this point, Taurus, if this is somebody else, or if it's the same person that's going to come back in. And if that's not maybe where this fearless trust is coming in from, because it's about the roller coaster. If we didn't have roller coaster here, if we had something else, I would say that this is definitely a different person that's coming through. But the fact that we've got the roller coaster, we're starting off on a down. We're climbing up, slowly but surely climbing up. We're putting in all the effort, and we're progressing on the roller coaster. So I'm wondering if this person, somebody in your life, made a mistake, okay, makes a mistake, let's talk in future tense, they make a mistake in the month of November, they betray your trust, they then put in all the effort and they work really hard to try and win your trust back, but you are apprehensive, understandably so. Okay, you are going to be apprehensive, you're going to be a little bit uncertain as to whether this is something that you want to do, whether this is something that you should do. When they come to you, they're coming to you as an equal again. You need to recognize the roller coaster. In other words, I'm going to ask you a question here. When you get to this point in the month of November, you've got to actually ask yourself, how many times have we been around this circle with this person in my life? And if the answer is that this is the first time, then we accept it as a 3-minute roller coaster ride, and you get the chance to get off it, and it ends in 3 minutes. If you have been down this road before, if this is not your first roller coaster with them, then maybe we need to really and truly look at the situation. But Spirit is saying to you that the theme for November is absolutely fearless trust. So you have to trust yourself. You have to trust your intuition. You have to trust actions and behaviors. Stay focused on end goal of what you're working towards. Keep putting in the effort. Keep doing the things. But if somebody wants to offer any kind of assistance around the situation, accept it openly, honestly, with fearless trust. But understand that sometimes in life, there are people who just bring us down, who just cause chaos, mayhem, and whatever else in our lives. And we don't have to accept it. We don't have to put up with it. So Taurus, it looks like you're in for an interesting month. I do have to say to you, what I'm hearing from Spirit around all of this is that this situation that you may be experiencing in the month of November, it is necessary. Okay, there is no avoiding it. There is no going, well, actually, now that I know what's coming, I'm going to do everything I can to avoid it. Spirit is saying to you, you have to experience this. You have to go through this. This is something that is absolutely necessary. And the reason why Spirit is saying that it is so necessary is because of this roller coaster wheel, this up and down and around that we keep having. So I'm seeing the circle there, I'm seeing the circle there, I'm seeing the roller coaster. There's all of these kind of similarity symbols that are coming through. And November is the time for us to clear the slate. November is the time for us to put things right and to actually make decisions as to what is relevant, what is significant, and what is important. And to understand that, people who betray you, people who hurt you, people who let you down, what role do they play in your life? What are they actually contributing, and what can you do about it? Mind your P's and Q's, mind your words, mind your actions. But honestly, I do think that it's time to take a long, hard, honest look at yourself in this situation, to trust your intuition, to trust your feelings, to trust your gut instincts, and to accept help, support, and guidance from somebody else. But look at the situation openly and honestly. Taurus, I am sending you much love and many blessings to guide you through the month of November 2024. I do hope that this reading helps you. I do hope that it helps you to navigate what looks like to be a fairly tricky situation. Sending you all much love and many blessings, and chat to you soon.